Good morning, guys. Just thought I'd do a real quick update on all the goats. And there's little Simba. She's a little upset her mama just refused to nurse her. I'm starting to see some weight loss here on Nala, and that comes from nursing. So we'll probably need to do a deworming on her, as well as all the other mamas. I just got to figure out what's the safest way. We've been giving them pine needles, fresh pine needles, as much as we can. When they fall off the tree, they go right to the goats. Someone just said, hey, I need attention. Miss Simba. If you can see her horn buds, see if I can get her to hold still. They're scabbed over. They're going to actually, that piece should fall off, and then it should be looking pretty much like this little buckling's head. This is Espresso. His head's looking fantastic. His horn bud scabs have fallen off, and now even the hair has grown back. He was the first one we did because he was the first buckling, well, the second buckling born that we disbudded. But his horn buds grew so much faster than the girls that we did him a couple weeks before we did the girls. Look at this. She wants attention, guys. Look at those colors. She has 4 colors on her. She's got like a chocolate brown in here. She's black, and obviously you see her white spots. She does have what they call moon spots. See those? And then on her ear is a tan, which is crazy. She's got little tan markings, a few interesting places on her body. That's Simba. She's got a nice white patch on the other side, which she doesn't want to show us. And I don't think we've gotten this close to the little buckling. Both the twins were really skittish as soon as they were born, which is funny for us because we handle our goats a lot. This little guy's coming around. But after disbudding, I think nobody trusts their handlers. But you can see he's doing really, Oreo. Oreo, yes, Mama loves you too. Look at this. Gotta have the attention. Mama's big girl. Nothing like turds drop right next to you. They're loving this, guys. You see, I got 4 goats up on this spool. We have one more spool. We have to take the wire off, and once the wire's off, we're probably gonna bring that in here for these guys because this herd is the growing herd. The boys really don't have, because we move them so often, it's hard to give them something to climb on. Although we do give them some tires and stuff, the stuff that's easy to move. Off they go. Mama walks away, they walk away. It is so funny because that little buckling Espresso is short and stocky like his dad, but his sister is long and very deer looking, especially her face. She's a very deer type of face, and she resembles her mother a whole lot more. Her legs are longer, her legs are slender compared to the stockiness of her brother. It's funny because they look nothing alike. I got a goat breathing in my ear here. They look nothing alike, but they're definitely twins. And then we got this little girl who is short and stocky. She's taken after her daddy quite a bit. We really was hoping she would have more ears like her mother, but we take them the way we get them, guys. If we add another buckling, it will be at the cost of selling Pilot. Only because 3 bucklings is more than what we would ever need here. And we did recently make that decision. Pilot would go really good for breeding stock on another farm that needs a fresh bloodline. And he is short and stocky. He definitely favors Nigerian dwarf line versus the Nubian line, where this girl favors the Nubian line. Even with those ears. And she's got the nose. Look at that nose. She's got the Roman nose that they look for. We just got to work on the ears and udders. We got to work on udders. This girl does not have a good udder. Although it's gotten better, I think she's a little lopsided because this side dried out. before the other side. She's like, don't touch my udder. She is not a good milker, but she did get better with time. But she's also learned if she lays down, she can't be milked. So she is one of the worst goats to try and milk, the absolute worst. But you can see how sweet she is. I mean, and she gives really pretty babies, so you just got to work with her babies. And the only baby we have of hers is Snickerdoodle, so I got to take you over and show you Snickerdoodle. He has grown up to be a nice little young man. He is really grown into his adult looks now. Look at this. Someone recently asked in one of the goat groups, is it normal for babies to lay in their feed dishes? Absolutely. I don't think... we've had 4 babies that survived. We had a total of 5, and you all know if you're following me, we had a stillborn. Every one of the surviving babies have laid in this feed bowl. Every one of them. So it is definitely a favorite place for little babies to lay. We had what I call a small tragedy. We had 1 chick hatch in this coop, and I think from all the hens trying to lay their eggs in the same nest, the 1 chick that hatched got injured and died, and I had to fight the mama hen to take it out, to remove it. It was really heartbreaking, but guys, I kind of take the blame for that because I knew it had hatched the day before, and I didn't remove it. And my goal was to remove them because she's still in the coop with all those other chickens. My fear is to pull her and the eggs, and then she won't finish sitting. But I'm going to have to overcome that and see what we can make happen. Bella, there's nothing in that bucket but an egg. Stop, you're going to break my egg. I did get an egg out of this coop this morning. Look at this. Who says you can't have really sweet hand-tamed goats if you don't pull them off your mama goat? Look at this. She's fully on mama. We don't bottle feed our babies. I don't have the time or the energy to do that unless it would be an emergency. And even in an emergency, I'd try and get them back on mama if I could. Now you can see this side of her. Look at that white spot. She's like, no, look at my brown spot. It's prettier. She's such a little silly girl. She's so spoiled, guys. She'd rather hang with us than the other goats. She's definitely a people goat. Look at that little white spot on her tail. Too cute. Oh, thank you for those little tiny poopers. All right, we're going to go show you the boys. We haven't shown you the boys in a long time. And there he is, the proud daddy of all those babies. He is really slimmed down this rut season. And that has me a little worried. See, he's already acting funky. He acts so weird when I'm near him. And there's our little man. Hi, Snickerdoodle. Hi. Yes, look at those horns. Not a good thing, guys. We totally messed up his disbudding. He was the first one we ever did, and you can see they've grown. Look at that black stripe on his back, guys. Very prominent now. And his face is definitely darkened up from the day he was born. You can see that. This man likes to be the center of attention. That is Pilot. He's our main buck. He's lost a lot of weight this rut. And I'm not sure why, because they have more than enough food. Plus, they get all the grain they can eat at night. And they barely eat the grain. So, look at his ears. He is going to be a really good buck for us, I think. He's got the ears we're wanting to really promote. And they're getting bigger and longer as he's growing. He is getting a little bucky as well. These two kind of interact together. Didn't know they were going to do that. And this big guy terrorizes him. He gets to the point he just cries and cries and cries because Pilot won't let him alone. You look at the color of his hair. It's all yellow. And that's from him peeing on himself and just being nasty. Bucks can be really nasty, guys. Are they worth having on the homestead? If you have the land, they sure are. I don't have to worry about bringing any diseases or parasites onto our property because I don't have to borrow a buck. I don't have to rent a buck. I don't have to take my girls to somebody else's property to be bred. At this point with, let's see, we have 4 females, 5, 6 females that will be bred down the road for this coming breeding season. 6 the next breeding season. There's no way I'm hauling those to another farm for breeding. So we get to do all that right here. Hey, look at him. He's calmed down a lot. Unfortunately, you can see he's not clean. He's dirty, and that's from this guy riding him like it's his little toy. But even the back patch, that back patch on his rump is from Pilot constantly after him. And I think that's why Pilot lost so much weight. Because, and I didn't know, you know, male dogs do it too. But I didn't know male goats were going to go to the point where they actually, oh, Pilot. Pilot don't like the treatment he gives out to be given back. One of the reasons we're considering selling Pilot, and he's definitely at the top of the list to be rehomed, is because he's served all the breeding purpose we can use here. If we continue to keep him and he ends up crossbreeding his daughters, that's not something we're comfortable with. It's not what we want for our herd. Plus, he definitely is at the lower echelon, if you will, of the breeding scale for the looks we want. The size, I love his size. His personality is awesome when he's not in rut. And right now he's still in rut, guys. He's been in rut for probably 2 whole months now. And that's why he's lost so much weight. Look at him. You hear that snap? That's how they get the trees down. Now, anything much bigger than that, he wouldn't be able to do. But you can see, yeah, what? All this here, they've cleared out. It was all thick, and they've cleared that all out. In fact, to the point we're going to have to bring these taller ones down so they can finish it, and then we're going to have to move them. Probably within another 2 to 3 weeks, these guys are going to need a new area. And that's fine because, guys, we have the area. Now, when it gets close to breeding season, which I think for us is October, November, we will probably bring the boys all the way over next to this fence here just to help get these girls ready for them, start getting them excited, start getting them starting to heat cycle so that when we put them together, the breeding happens super fast. What? Stooges are going off. Sometimes when they get separated from each other, they make that noise. Now, this is the sound of a male guinea. I'm really confident we have nothing but males. 3 guineas, they all make the same sound, where the girls actually have a 2-tone sound. It's like chirp, 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 chirp. That's exactly what they sound like. We don't have that. So I'm thinking these are all males. And I wish someone could sell me some females. I would like 3 females to go with my 3 males. Just for the pearl colors. These are the gray pearls. So I would really like that. But it hasn't happened. But I'm looking, I'm considering. Oh no, you've got to see this, guys. Oh no. Cody, come. Oh, this dog loves water way too much. He's in the mud hole. Cody, come. Are you a wet, muddy mess or just wet? Unfortunately, our driveway is still flooded. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at all the flowers, guys. This is my tangerine tree, one of 2 that I have. The water must be really pushing the blooms up. There's some tangerines on it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so not happy with this driveway. We are talking of paying somebody to come in and actually do the driveway for us. We have one estimate in-house, so we will see. We're waiting for a possible settlement And when that settlement comes in, we will have the money to do the driveway in one fell sweep, which would be the ideal. But look at this. Unfortunately, we drove through here twice already, and we had to go somewhere, and we have to go the 12th. We have a doctor's appointment. So I'm hoping this really percolates down by then. Even digging a ditch right now, there is some ditching on this side to take the water this way. But as you can see, this is all flooded, so it's got really nowhere to go. So, yeah, stinks, but... And unfortunately, this is a mosquito breeding ground right now, too. That's no fun. I would say my long-term goal is to build this driveway up so the water doesn't sit on the driveway, number one. Number two, I want to fill a couple of these low spots in, like here, so that the water, again, is pushed in the right direction back to the water catch area. I don't know what these are, guys, but they come up a lot here. I'm wondering if it's a type of cattail. I've never seen a flower or a head on them, but they do come up here a lot. It's crazy. And you see they're all through here. It almost reminds me of like an iris, the way the... Let's look at one of these really quick. I kind of think, if you look at that, it reminds me of irises. But it could be water lilies too. I just don't know the difference at this age, what it is. But we don't mow them down. We don't cut them down. They've never really done anything more than what you see right here. So I don't know. Maybe the ground doesn't stay wet enough, long enough for them to be a full-size whatever. All right, guys, enough rambling. See, there's more water. There's water. I'm getting eaten alive. All right, time to move away from the water. The mosquitoes are really bad. Everything's green and lush, though. You can't complain about that part, because that's all free food for the goats. Now, Jim's surgery is coming up, and I'm thinking we need to move the bucks before his surgery, because we don't know what kind of recovery time he's going to have. Last time he had less than 3 days and he was back up on his feet. But this time it might be a little worse. So we'll have to wait and see. We did get another hay round. Unfortunately, it was stored outside, which is absolutely the norm. But we try and get, from the farmer, we try and get the stuff that he puts in a shed. It stays dry and it doesn't mold. What I did after we got it home is I cut the wrap off of it. Oh, mosquito, ouch. And, ouch. Yeah, they're after me now. They found me. Anyway, I took the outer layers off of it, so that was the wet stuff. So I'm hoping this dries out and it works for us. It's one of my new peach trees. It's doing good. Look at this, guys. We raised this guy from a few days old chicken. Look how handsome. He's turned out beautiful. He keeps these girls behaving, that's for sure. He hasn't ever come after me. He's real respectful, which is nice. Sometimes I think hand raising him helps. This is a plum tree, and look at that. It needs to be pruned, but I won't prune till this fall. And then I'm just going to open up the center of the tree. I'll take some of the center out. And any limbs that are crossing each other, I'll take out. But that'll be it. All right, time to feed rabbits, guys. I got to do a rabbit update. The baby's eyes are open. I'll have to do an update.